get jacked.
If our parents said, when you go in this store, you better not touch anything, or I'm gonna break your
Not touch
hand.
right. Mm-hmm.
And you're right. You went in there and you didn't touch a thing. Now you all kind of
Yep.
stuff.
I watched this parent not too long ago try to negotiate with her child in the store. And I'm like, you shut your mouth the first time, open it again. Boy, she was just could not shut her mouth. And I'm like, do you want this? Do you want that? Well, let's go to lunch. Would you like to have lunch? When she said that, I'm like, that's why I'm with children today. Everybody else is not negotiating with no damn child.
No,
Nothing that I have to take care of. I'm not negotiating.
that ain't happening.
And I'm not going to be
Yeah,
why, yeah.
negotiate
Not the
with my
babysitter
child.
and kids, no.
But
I love knowing
uh-huh.
if you're gonna bring them over. I'm just saying. Because they're gonna get what they get.
You know,
I'm not the great babysitter, but yeah.
we be feeding the popcorn and stuff. And then that whatever.
I'm saying y'all gotta deal with that when I take them
We going
home.
over to Aunt Angie's house, though.
Come
Aunt
on.
Angie
Let's
let
go to
us
Dairy
have,
Queen. Which I was ice cream.
right? Have cupcake and Twinkies and just everything over there.
I'll be a good babysitter with good kids, but I'm not gonna be a good babysitter because I'm not negotiating. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of talking and repeating, and I ain't put no kid in no corner. I don't know what kids do. What do you guys do? What do you do with your kids growing up?
I look at
You was
mine.
in another, yeah. I mean, I don't know what punishment that you gave your child.
You know, I think I maybe
I know none of
what
that.
my daughter wants.
That's how
Uh,
our parents were.
yeah, when I was row,
Oh.
along with the other kids. Yeah, exactly. I see them right. Possibly get fidgety
Mm-hmm.
and talking. Someone look up. You get that look on his face. That's what we did, and they didn't have a problem with that. Correcting your kids. But now, well, you have to fight mean with them. Like sometimes in here, they be running up and down, trying to run on the staircase and fall and get a knot on their head. Then all of a sudden we got a problem. Now, the problem was you saw it
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh,
You
running.
know, I had a wedding in here on. It was so super cool, right? So it was just, I had a great time putting this wedding because
Mhm.
I really didn't know who kids belonged to who. I knew who the bride and groom child was. I just kids and they're playing and they're talking and just doing stuff they ain't supposed to be doing at the time.
Right,
But I noticed I don't,
right.
and you did not see another parent flinch or say from the guys to the girls. If someone corrected those kids on Saturday, got the eyesight. But I said all of that to say it didn't matter who child it was, no one flinched.
And
No one flinched. And that is how it's supposed to be. No one
right.
flinched. Anybody
Nobody.
killing your child?
And if somebody does, then you got a lot of people around there that's gonna, intercede in that. But it's to protect your child, to keep that child from being
Yeah.
hurt. So
Yeah, the trash had to be taken out. And when the goons was like,
right.
and when he said move, they moved. I watched all of that. So it was just really good to see because you don't see this child. And but anybody, I don't care who said something. Those kids was like, okay.
Thing, and these are young adults that's doing this, stopping traffic
Yeah.
signs and everything, and they don't understand how a super high powered car, you're doing donuts, and you got some. I'm gonna call it. I'm not gonna talk about some individual hanging out the car, trying to take pictures, and they've either fallen out or the driver lost control. Running beside the car. Why? Why would
Like,
you 2-ton vehicle that's spinning around and around? Absolutely. That's what we need to go back to. And a lot of times is the parents that they try to do, everything just like Damon, and, in the Omen. Failed to do AK. We want to label everything. Uh, was there this such thing as attention deficits back when we because
yeah.
that switch. Um, and so we tell. I think we have disability because there's so much stuff in the food now. Carrying the children they're consuming, who knows what. Like milk now.
You think so?
I think so because these kids are about as stubborn and bullheaded as they want to be.
Of the upbringing. Well, who are they around? What are they doing? Where's mom taking them? We couldn't sit in the living room and when there are adults in the house, we couldn't do that.
Right.
If we had company, we went to the next. I wish you would try to sit and even try to listen to what we're talking about in here. My parents just didn't have it. Now the kids are just all willy nilly, just paying attention, and we think they're not listening. They're picking up everything that's being said.
Yeah, they really are. In fact, we loved it when somebody would come over to the house because we got a chance to go outdoors. And then it'd be, oh, come on in, Miss Ellen, we gone.
Right.
But
how do a 3 or 4-year-old know a cuss word?
Because they've heard it.
Yeah. So
we're all products of our teaching. Just like when they talk about racism, two babies, black and white, can sit there and play with each other all day long until we teach those
Mhm.
children,
Right.
you know, that they're different, or that asinine teaching about
Right.
one race
Right.
being superior to the other. So it's all learned behavior,
Yeah.
and that part comes from wherever that child is in that environment at. Yeah. Um, they had crayons in their mouth like they were smoking a blunt, and then
Mhm.
they had their gang sign.
You know, like,
Exactly.
that's a 2-year-old artist. But we don't say nothing 'cause, hey, then there are kids that come in here and it's the ABCs, it's all the Sesame Street. We hear that as well. So it just all depends on how you want to parent your child. Right?
But yeah, I there were certain songs even back when we were growing up. We can listen to them,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's just
Mm-hmm.
this. Some of the kids can repeat and
Right.
they
Right. Now, how old were you when you were allowed to say the word lie? Because we could not say, Donna telling a lie. Mom, we couldn't say the word lie
man.
in our house. We had to say she's telling a story.
Yeah, I
Because
probably
we got popped dead in the mouth.
yep. I was somewhere. Yep. And you would not cuss even
Oh,
when you got in your early 20s. If you were, but you wasn't using that type of language, and the people back then would correct you say that. You know,
and Krisha got a point. She says it's some surroundings outside the house as well.
that's true. Yep.
On
Everybody,
top of that.
everybody can't
So,
go
and you
to.
can't show the house when that kid step out, your kid know better.
Right.
That's the question.
Exactly.
Do they know the right from the wrong in this house? I'm trying to race over here
Right.
because you think it's cool over there.
Yep.
So hopefully what you instilling will, if you want to over
Yeah.
an AK house,
Yep.
you're going back over there with the Smiths.
Yep.
Quick. And then you want to act like a fool and you want to,
And the schools now,
yeah,
you
and
know,
that's what, yeah.
demographics, and some of the kids are not getting the nurture instruction, and so they coming in and they crashing out.
I try to surround myself with the smart kids and the kids that was trying to go somewhere. The kids on the choir, they was in this. That. Look, I'm trying to get out of class. I'm trying to hang out with the smart kids because I wasn't as smart as they. I need somebody to help me with some homework. That's where I was.
Right.
I wasn't out here all willing and trying to do with some of these other folks. I mean, just get to raise your kids right. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to me, when kids fear their parents, when kids have a fear of their parents, like, so I don't want to disappoint them. I don't want to be out here wilding out because I know I'm going to hear my mama mouth, my daddy's mouth. I'm going to get this taken from me, my TV coming out the room, or whatever the case may be. Once you instill that, I think sooner or later you're going to have a decent kid like, okay,
Yeah.
I know what I got to do. And I can't be out here wilding out in these streets. But,
My youngest son was 26. And, his thing, he dreads disappointing me in any type of way, and that is just you know. And I always told him, you don't have to fear me, but you have to respect me. And if they do that,
Honey,
you know,
I feared my mom.
well, yeah, we
I saw my sister get a beat. I had a dang on, I'm getting one.
right,
I feared my mama. That's all she did do is look at me. I got one beating in my life. One.
just
I'm
one.
61 and I've only had one. One. My sister tell you.
Now, how many did you deserve? You may only
Not,
got
not, that one wasn't even merit a beating. All I
okay.
did was go get some damn matches because my sister, Donna and Anthony, my cousin, wanted to smoke in the woods. So they asked me to go in the house and get a book of matches. Why am I getting the beat? You know what I'm saying? They out there smoking or trying to smoke, want to smoke.
So you were an enabler.
And I thought my mama forgot about it.
She
Shoot.
didn't forget about.
She didn't forget about that beating. That was my one and only beating I received.
I used to hate
After
it.
that,
So you didn't get to
it
know.
ain't take nothing else for me. No.
I used to hate it when my mom would tell me, "You let your whoopings pile up on you."
What do you mean?
That means that she may have like you said, you think they forgot something,
Right.
and they said, "All right, I owe you this and some more." I'm like, "Can you just go ahead and beat me each
Just get it
time?"
over with, right?
Yeah. Don't let me owe you no licks.
Sometimes we just wish, don't even fuss. Just don't get the beating out the way.
Right,
Just get
right.
the beating out the way. But yeah, I got one. That was it. I didn't need it anymore.
That was
I was scared of my mom. I was not scared of my dad because my dad protected me all the time. But my mom,
yeah. My mom was she
she
was
ain't
the
playing.
law, yo. She was the law. Now it's funny you mentioned that my kids were the same way. They hated for me to lecture. They wanted like, can you just go ahead and beat
Let's go
us?
to the
Come on, because I'll be preaching. I'll start at
Yeah,
one
you had to go
hour.
ahead and beat me too. I probably had to just suck it up. Come on, let's get this over with. Matter of fact, I'm going to get the belt. What else you want me to bring?
Right. Yeah. But we just hope that you know that we know life is a cycle
Mm-hmm.
and that but the thing I remember, AK, is vivid that the scripture said each generation is going to wax worse.
Mm,
And that
mm,
word wax means it's going to
mm.
grow worse, and
Yeah,
that's scary uh,
yeah,
if these generations get any worse than what they are right now.
yeah.
So um, I think that it's going to take a combination. We've almost left it. It's like a Pandora's box.
Mm-hmm.
We've opened this box up, and it's going to be hard to get everything back in.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I
Um,
agree. That's what
yeah.
Creature said. Her daughter got one beating.
Mm.
I understand.
Sometimes all it takes is
That's all
one.
it takes.
Unfortunately, I won that one. I got several. I was bored. I was.
So you just didn't fear your mom at all. You just tried her.
No,
That means there was no fear in you if you went out and still did something after the second beating, the third beating, the fourth beating. How many beatings do you think in your life that you actually did receive?
a whole lot because I was one I feared her, but I always thought I'd get away with stuff.
That means you didn't fear her. You ain't fear her at all because you would have thought twice, like, okay, if I
Trust
do
me.
this,
If
I
you,
know she's coming after me.
it just I don't know. Sometimes the brain don't connect. The brain be disconnected.
My brain was always thinking, because I'm like, I'm not getting beat.
You
And
know,
no, and no.
that Hot Wheel track, man. I was scarred for life. I never did want another Hot Wheel track. That's when they had them orange ones and they were plastic. And she's like, go give me one of them tracks.
Mm,
But I lived though. I lived, and so
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. Let's try to get together with these families. And I think like family support is
Hmm.
huge. Because I know a family and there's a lot of single parents in these families that raise their kids, and every last one of these children are like great kids, or their parents are separated.
Right.
But the grandma is in the life, the aunties are in the life, the cousins is in the life. So if somebody couldn't get to a game, another one got to the game. Someone could do this, another one got. When I tell you they were surrounded with such positivity that they couldn't do no wrong because
Right.
there was always somebody on their ass every single time. And these kids are amazing kids. They're in college now. They're doing their thing. Some are graduating. So I'm telling you from high school. So I'm telling you, you gotta surround and you gotta if you really have that family support and that kid is in school or whatever, and you know he may be wilding out, your family got to come together. Don't be saying, some so and so kid over there wilding out again. I don't know what she gonna do with it. then won't you help?
Yeah.
If you're part of the family, come in and try to do something about it.
And you're right. Family support was important
It's
because
huge.
now after a while, my mom, she's like, "All right, I'll tell you Uncle Harvey." And Uncle Harvey was one of the
Hmm.
ones that,
Come on.
again, I didn't want to.
Mhm.
Because first of all, when he'd be talking such a way, that you think he was Jamaican or whatever,
Right, right, right.
and he would just way you. I'm like, now he was one of the ones again. Just come on, give me, beat me,
Just give
whatever
me
you're
my
gonna do.
beat.
Yeah, come on. But yeah, it was family support.
Yeah,
Hey, Big Will, good to see you, man. Big Will said, yeah, he was another one of the ones that you couldn't say lie. Yep,
yeah.
you just certain words you better not say. You
Not
know.
growing up, and now these kids cussing and whatever,
Oh man,
whatever, and whatever.
yeah, they say some things make my ears bleed.
My poor child probably called social service on me.
Mm.
But I'm gonna tell you, I ain't taking much.
Well, and again, it goes back to there's discipline and there's abuse, and that's two different things.
Yeah, I don't know if I really like the beating now. I just don't know. I'm on the fence with this whipping kids now. I'm on the fence with it, even though we saw it. I
Mhm.
saw it. Some worked for some it didn't work for others.
Well,
It worked for my black behind because I didn't want another one. But I'm just on the fence with it now. I'm not gonna do no whole lot of tackling. I may jack you up, but I don't know if I'm physically go and get something to beat you with it. But you gonna probably get jacked up on that wall. I'm pretty sure you gonna get cornered somewhere in the house.
well,
But I'm just on the fence with this beating right. I'm just on the fence with it.
I think it has to be a balance where there is some discipline, spanking or whatever, and then there's teaching that goes along with it. You just can't just whoop a
Right,
child and then go sit down somewhere.
right, right.
Let that child know, why you're being punished because the world does the same thing to us now. You get out here and do something wrong, there's going to be consequences, and I think that's where we have to go back and say, okay, if you do something wrong, I'm just getting you ready for the world. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna face some consequences.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I'm not gonna get too deep in that because I know a lot of people got a lot of spiritual uh, theories and whatever. But God says, if you spare the rod, you spoil the child.
Mm-hmm.
And we see a lot of people that have spoiled the child. Like I said, whenever you negotiate with your child, I'm not negotiating with you,
Right.
you know. And we talk about whether or not you're gonna eat green beans or not. Well, that's another thing. But if I tell you to do something and I gotta sit there and basically blackmail you or gift you stuff to do something, no,
Right.
wrong, wrong, wrong. So,
I know I had my nephew, and I'm going to go to the next topic. I had my nephew before he died, and he was probably in the third or fourth grade maybe,
mhm.
and he just wouldn't do right. He just wouldn't do right. He just wouldn't do right. And all the talking in the world, all the talking in the world, all the talking in the world. I said, I'm done talking. And I said, I just don't think I'm just gonna put you in jail. He
Mhm.
said, what do you mean? You can't, I'm too young to be put in jail. I said, no, you're not.
Right.
I said, because you about to be put in jail. That thing came home from school. He ain't had nothing in his room but a cot. When I tell you, it was the Playboys, not the Playboy, the Playboys, the PlayStations.
You gave
He
the
had
boy
that.
Playboy? All right
I don't know
then.
what he was in there doing, but all his games, everything, the room was everything was in the garage. I didn't even go to work. Everything was in the garage
Right.
when he came home. And he walked in his room, and I said, I'll let you know when you can eat. I'll let you know when you can take a shower. I'll
Mhm.
let you know when you can go to the bathroom. I will let you know,
Right.
right? I'll let you come out this room, go for your ass. And he
Hello.
didn't. And next thing I know, I'm in my bedroom. So I gave him dinner,
Mhm.
you know, and it makes so bad. I took the plate and I just slid it in the room, right?
Oh, you gave
I
real,
don't I
real
don't know if the
prison
rice flew
style.
off the thing or what. I just took it and just slid it in the room. And and mind you, fourth grade, okay?
Okay.
And so he was finished eating dinner, He gonna be smart and slide it back and hit the door, right? So I'm at the door. So I finally got up, told me it was ready for him to take a shower. Why he in the shower? For more than like 10 minutes. My mind, I'm in there doing something else with that.
Right.
So in my house, all my water is on one line.
Okay.
So all I did was went to flush the toilet. Everything went cold, right? He in there. So I waited, flushed it again. I said, got his ass out the shower at that point. So he comes out the shower, he goes back into his room. And I said, all right, ready for bed. He said, what was sleeping? I said, that cut. Well, I need another blanket. So I'm the one to say that he was cold, whatever. So I gave him another blanket and gave him the worst pillow in the house, the worst one in the house. And so later on that night, me and my husband can hear the singing going on. So what this dude in here doing? He in there singing, and we can hear something clunking, just clunking around and on the floor.
Right.
We opened that door, this fool and found 2 nickels. He in there entertaining himself with these 2 nickels.
Right.
In there just singing, just as happy-go-lucky. I said, don't tell me I did all this in vain. Because this ain't working, right? Because this fool is in here entertaining himself. So we took the 2 nickels, right? I'm like, where you get these 2 nickels from? He said, well, you left them in the floor. So I took the 2 nickels from him, and he was in there. Next thing you know, we could just hear him singing, and I leave the door open. He in there just grooving and just singing.
Right.
And I said, what is Brandon in here? He entertained himself. I said, go to sleep right now. I'm never hearing nothing, anyone noise out of you. So the next day he gets up. What he tell his teacher he was in jail? The teacher called me. And said, Brandon said you was in jail. I said, he sure is.
Right.
Over here. He sure is. He's in jail. And I said, because how many more of the games in your class is he gonna steal and bring home? Because some of these don't even belong to him.
Right.
So she was like, I understand. I'm staying out of it. I understand. I said, he ain't being abused over here. He gonna move when I say he gonna move.
Right.
About a week of it. He said, I promise. He said, I promise. I'm not taking nothing else.
He was done.
I'm not taking nothing. So we set him up. I put everything back in the room. Gave him all his privileges back. So I set him up. I left a $20 bill on the dining room table.
Oh.
Do you know he took that $20 bill? He took that $20 bill.
Oh, so it wasn't a gift. You
No.
literally set him up.
I set him up. I purposely left the $20 bill, and he took the $20 bill.
Oh,
I went to school. And by the time he got to the school, I was already at the school, sitting in the back of the classroom. That's why I know I'm not supposed to have no kids, y'all. I was sitting in the back of the classroom. So when he got there, when I tell you, you could have took him for a penny, you got plenty of change. So I just kind of nicely went into his pocket, because I knew where it was, and pulled it out, and I walked out the classroom. So that thing was scared to come home. He told his teacher he ain't want to come home. He ain't going home. I don't want to go back to my auntie's house. She said, you going, because you never should have took that money. Right? You never should have took that money. So we didn't say nothing all night.
Right.
Next day, we said nothing to him. Days went by. Dude thought he was just off the hook. He went to see his mom for the weekend, came back, everything out the room again. I didn't put his ass back in jail. Again. For 2 weeks this time.
Oh, no.
Turn around. I set him up again.
Please tell me
he didn't take the money. He didn't take it.
He finally learned.
He didn't. I only got $10 this time. He didn't take it.
It don't matter. He didn't take it.
After that, my husband at the time got a hold of him and was tutoring him with some stuff. And the next thing we know, Brandon was in teaching Sunday school at church. He was doing some stuff.
See.
But it took us to get creative.
Right.
Because we knew he loved certain things. We knew he wasn't going to be able to do without his games.
Right.
And certain things in his room that he liked to do. And his little basketball that was on the back of the door. And that kind of, we just knew. But it took a little longer than I thought. But when he was entertaining himself with the 2 nickels, like, y'all ain't done nothing. Y'all think y'all done. You ain't do nothing to me. I said, this was Negro right here. Well, anyway.
That's awesome. But like you say, the methodology worked in the end.
At the end, It works. He became a really good kid. And unfortunately, I can't tell you the rest of the story
Yeah.
today. But he's not with us today because of somebody stupid in the street. That's, you know. But that was the murder was all over TV, so that's not a big deal. It's just that he gave a kid um, a game, and he was grown at this point. You know, he was out of the house, he was grown, and the guy father wanted to take it and sell it. And Brandon was like, "No, if you're gonna do that, just give it back." So they got in a fist fight. So it was just a fist fight that day on a Thursday, and I'm told Brandon tore his tail up. But he came back to Brandon's job, because Brandon would work downtown, not far from the Marriott downtown, and he shot Brandon several times behind the game. Because behind the game, and then Brandon, you know, he did kind of get his tail whipped. But a nurse tried to save Brandon, but could not. A nurse stopped. But this was broad daylight, 3 o'clock in the afternoon when this happened.
See,
So this guy is in jail. He was caught along with the guy who was with him. So he got like 48, 50 something, almost 50 years.
you know,
He's still there.
I think when it comes to like something like that, when you take a person's life over, you know, things that minute, then you probably shouldn't see daylight again.
Yeah.
Again, and then you know. But anyway,
He's gonna be a old man when he comes out. But I'm told he started the fight and Brandon had to defend himself though.
right.
But Brandon just got the best of it. Everybody walked away and then this dude thought about it a couple of days later.
See, yeah, that's almost like premeditated murder. You know the thread and whatever is over, and then you go home and you looking at them knots on your head, and you come back, you know, and stuff like that.
And you tell what your boys are saying, man, you
Yeah.
let this dude beat you up, yada yada yada. You never
Yeah.
know what was being said.
Yeah, a lot of people get gaslit into doing some stupid stuff, you know, and probably some of his boys that may have been talking to him, they going on with life, and he there taking showers with 230 other guys, you know, that's not. I wish again people understand, one of the things that has happened, I've seen it because I go out to different correctional centers and prisons, is that they have just as many privileges inside, and some of them actually live better inside than they do in society. And so, one of the things I had said, and hopefully this is not going to be calm or anything, but if you do something, say here in Virginia, you don't serve your time here in Virginia. You get shipped off somewhere else where you can't see your boys, you're not around people you know, and then that maybe that will help you to understand. Oh, my mama can't come see me, or I'm not gonna see 30 out there on the block with me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I bet you nobody don't want me to keep their kids name after that story.
Yeah. Both of you were together on the punishment, and neither gave in. Good, because if one parent gives in, it's either all or none. So, Big Will is saying kudos, on you and your husband at that time.
Yeah, I mean, it was a whole teaching moment because we talked to him about it. Like, this is where you're going to end up if you keep going down this trail that you're going down.
Yeah.
So it was not like we just did it and didn't say nothing. He got his whole lecture, like you said, them lectures. Didn't nobody want to hear. So we try to make him understand, if you don't stop doing what you're doing, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're going to have somebody else telling you when you can eat, when you can go to the bathroom, when you can do these things. So, unfortunately, when, he turned his life completely around and things started headed his way, and then this happened.
Yeah, sad. All right, we're on to the next topic.
This is a topic that a friend of mine from out of Baltimore, Maryland, hit me up and said that she put a tracker on her husband's phone. And he is places that she do not understand why he's there. So every time he's somewhere, she makes a phone call like, "Where are you?" And he's saying where he is. He's not even telling the lie. So, but her thing is like, why are you there? Would you put a tracker on your wife's phone? And would your wife put a tracker on yours? How would you feel about that?
One, I would not put one on her phone because sometimes you better be careful what you ask for. You know,
That part.
some things you better leave, you know, and let them just go on. But that shows one, my insecurity, and
Okay.
then my lack of trust for my wife.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I would not do that. And you know, and I know people try to use the guys that, oh, I want to be able if anything happens to her, you know, yeah. Well, guess what? These phones ping off of towers, and if something really were to happen, you know the police, they have plenty of technology out here that they can ping without you having to put a tracker. You a tracker is just that. You trying to track your significant other,
Mm-hmm.
so you need to
Mm-hmm.
call it what it is. Now, would I be if she would have put one on mine? Then we got a problem. That means again that there's something trust level that we don't have. And if I tell you something and you don't trust me, that's a whole problem.
Mm-hmm.
A whole problem. I've seen some things on IG lately where they kind of making jokes of it, but the man come in the house and the woman told him stand right there by the door. And he's standing there. She said, "What time did I tell you to be home?"
What?
And he said, you know, well, you told me two. She said, what time is this? 2:30. And she asked, where you been? And then she walked up to him. She had the bat in her hand, and she told him, take off your pants. She started smelling him. She smelled around his neck, smelled his
Mm-mm.
shirt,
Mm-mm.
and then smelled his crotch. And then when she went behind him, I was like, oh, so y'all do it too much.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's a couple of them out there like that.
Mm-mm.
Then she,
Mm-mm.
after she went through checking me in, that's what I call it checking. Checking in, she's like, "You hungry now? Come on, get some eat." I'm
No.
like, if you got to do
All
all
of
of
that.
that, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you put a tracker on
Mm-mm.
somebody's phone?
No.
Well, let's go take. Would you be into that person's phone? They lay their phone down. They go sit to the kitchen. Are you gonna
I'm
pick
not
up that?
going through whoever I'm seeing phone. I'm not doing that. For what? What am I going? What?
Maybe
What am I going to be seeing?
I don't know.
What? Something I don't want to see.
Right?
So no, I'm not going to go through anybody's phone. Nah.
Yeah.
Not even when I'm going through my divorce. I didn't go through no phone, pockets, nothing. Because I stopped doing everything through my divorce. I ain't washed no clothes no more. He
Uh,
washed
you, you wouldn't even watch man clothes?
when I was going through my divorce, and I
Yeah.
kind of wanted him out the house.
Uh-huh.
I didn't do nothing. Nothing that was concerning him was done.
Wow.
I wanted him gone. He wouldn't leave. He didn't leave right away. So you think I'm washing clothes? I'm not washing no clothes. No. I'm not cooking. I ain't no meal. There's no nothing. You do understand I need you gone.
it wouldn't
Get
have
out. So, no, I didn't do anything. You on your own at this point. We roommates up in this camp.
But I would like to, again, I know nobody's probably going to admit to
Hmm.
putting trackers and whatever.
Who
Uh,
would though? Think about it though, Cruz.
that those people would have to be, in my mind, and in my opinion, extremely insecure.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Because
know?
this same person that I'm talking about, well, because she put the tracker on his phone.
Mhm.
He was somewhere all out of place, but he was trying to surprise her.
Right.
So he's at the girlfriend's house,
Mhm.
at her girlfriend's house.
Ooh.
So she called,
Ooh.
and he wasn't thinking at the time. And he actually said, I was somewhere else. And she knew where he was, but he wasn't thinking. All he was thinking was, I'm trying to surprise my wife.
Right.
So
Wait a minute.
he forgot all about the tracker at the time.
She looked at the phone.
Yup. Knew exactly
And
where
see that he
Yup.
over there with her girlfriend, and he didn't
But they was
tell her.
planning the surprise for her.
But I know her mind must have went.
Well, she looked real
1,000.
stupid at the end because he lied. But I guess at the time he didn't mean to. he was like, he had to lie because I'm trying to surprise you, so I know it's a lie. But he forgot the tracker was on his phone.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
No, I mean, I think if anybody in that situation, would say, yeah, I'm not old, I'm somewhere else right
Right.
now because you're trying to plan a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Ooh, that's a catch-22 right there, boy. And I'm sure until to whatever event he was planning, he caught hell behind that.
He caught hell trying to get her to be what he needed her to be
Uh,
because she was still mad. So once again, the girlfriends had to intervene, come in and say, look, come on, let's go. I know you're mad. So they playing it off,
right.
got her to where she was supposed to be, and then she looked like a whole idiot.
I'm surprised she even talked to her friend. Because like, why my man over your house?
She didn't.
Oh, so
She didn't.
He just gonna blame him.
Because it wasn't the friend at the house she was at that went and got her. It was another friend.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that friend didn't go get her because they still trying to plan a surprise.
Right.
So they had to call somebody else to go get her. It's like, get her tail over there because she all made.
I wonder what would happen if the friends that house he was over had went and got her, would she made it to that event?
Probably not. Probably not. You already know that would not have happened. But see, she's a dumb broad.
Okay,
and let me tell you, she's a dumb broad for putting the tracker on, first of all.
Okay.
But if I was that dumb to do that, and I know you just lied to me, I'm gonna go with this flow. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not calling you. I'm not in it. Where you want me to be? Because that's where I'm gonna be.
Okay.
I would have just went with the flow just to see how this thing was gonna. I think women move too fast. They gotta stop sometime and see. Because this shit gonna come to the light at some point.
Okay.
Keep your mouth shut just because you think you know something or one of your girlfriends has told you something about your man. First of all, stop believing that because your girlfriend needs to shut your mouth up. Stop going back telling stuff that you heard about their man. That's not even your business or your place to tell it. Shut up. So if I had one of those girlfriends that would come and tell me certain things, if I was married to you, you wouldn't know.
Right. Okay.
You would not know that my girlfriend told me that you was over at Sally Sue's house.
Right.
I'll be holding all that, rating the goodie bag, rating the goodie bags. I don't know what I got to pull out later. I'm not saying nothing yet. So some of these bras is just dumb. That's what I said, dumb. Hold that stuff for a minute. Stop going all willy-nilly on these guys right now, especially when you don't even know if some of it is true.
Right.
Because a lot of times some of your friends is telling you stuff for a reason because they ain't got nobody.
That's true.
Be careful who telling you stuff. Because they miserable at home. They want you miserable at your house when you don't really have to be.
No.
Yeah, be careful who you listening to.
I totally agree with that because one, you got to know your mate, and then you cannot let nobody come all into your business because what is the ulterior motive why they tell you? Because most times if somebody care about you, they really don't want you to know, because they know how it can possibly damage your home, damage your relationship or whatever. And if you're gonna find out, they don't want it to be them that you find it out through. And sometimes that can be a catch-22. I'm like, I don't know nothing. Nope, don't know a thing.
Now I may be on the fence if I'm out and I see that my girlfriend's husband is out at the bar with somebody. Now I'm on the fence with this, especially if I think my girlfriend's husband is a straight jerk.
Okay.
Just a straight jerk. I'm still not gonna pick the phone up to call her and say, your husband is over here at the bar hugged up. I'm not doing that. Meet me at Kickback Jacks.
Okay.
What time can you get here? Now I may do that. Only if I just know you're a straight jerk and I see your ass out all the time. I ain't had enough of enough.
Right.
But other than that, I'm gonna mind my own business. I'm gonna mind my own business and I'm not gonna tell. Now if the girl and you gone by the time she get there, I'm not opening my mouth.
Okay.
I'm not saying nothing. But if you get caught on your own, and I'm on the fence with that. I'm on the fence on whether or not I should or should not on that. But knowing that, I'm not gonna call because I saw you somewhere. But if you are a straight jerk, and I know you a jerk, and I know you ain't good for my friend, you just pitiful as hell.
You snitching?
I'm not gonna snitch on you. I'm like, come have a drink. I ain't snitching on you. We over here at kick, but we over here at the whatever club.
right.
Stop that. You know what you doing?
So
Come on back.
you just gonna happen to call her and let
So
her
happen
come
to
in
call.
and see.
And I'm gonna try my best for you not to see me.
Okay.
I don't even want you to see me.
Yeah, because you know if they see you.
You out.
Yep. Gone. It's gone.
And I'm on the fence with that. Because a lot of times, if she's telling me, I know he doing this, I know he doing that, I ain't telling nothing. But if you one of these naive chicks, you think your man ain't doing nothing, and we done seen him 100 times,
You tell me.
I may have to say, you need to come on out here for this drink. I ain't gonna tell who he with.
Could be a boo boo the fool.
You may still be there. Girl, the girl may be gone. I'm not gonna open my mouth. But sometimes you may need to see some stuff for yourself.
Yeah. Sometimes, again.
You probably would just stay out of just all together stay out of it, wouldn't you? You wouldn't even call your boy and say, hey, you may want to come over here at the bar.
It all depends. Like I said, if I know she being, just low down and dogging him and stuff like that, he being a good dude, and and I know that they know, he just a good dude, good guy, and he really loving her. And I'm like, yo, man, I'm out here, like I said, I'm out here, keep back there. Come on down here and watch the game with me,
Right?
That type of thing. And I'm gonna be back in the corner somewhere. Where I can see everything. But, yeah, I think we don't want to get involved, but sometimes we owe our close friends at least so they'll be everybody else know. And that's the thing. Some of these people be in towns, everybody know what's going on except for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
And if you know, you act like you don't know.
Right. Sometimes they know. Like Richmond.
Yeah.
Man.
Richmond's small. You can't do nothing.
Yeah,
you can't do nothing.
Yeah.
DC is not far enough. Just let you know. You need to go out a little further than DC.
Oh.
If you playing no cat in a little bit,
Yeah. But
that's not far enough.
And the thing is, it gets to AK is that I at a certain point in time, people need to get to a maturity level where you just cut all that foolishness out, because all you do is now you got to run around, you sneaking around, and
Right.
then you try to remember what lie you done told,
Right.
and it's just too much drama and all that,
Right.
So if you feel that you don't want to be with me, hey, let me know, and then I'll go get you a U-Haul. I'm gonna be that nice to you. Get you a little U-Haul, and I ain't gonna help you pack your stuff, man. You gonna have to sweat, put your own stuff in there. I will get you a U-Haul. But I'm tell you what, you tell that nigga that you was with, come on over here. Don't come in my house though. We'll set the stuff on the porch, and he can take it off the porch and put it in the U-Haul. But don't think he's gonna slide up in here, because it's gonna be a problem. So yeah, we ain't doing that.
I remember when my ex came and got everything out, and I wasn't there yet. I didn't know he was coming that day. And well, he's still living there actually. And but I didn't know the U-Haul until I rolled up and U-Haul in the front yard. What the hell? And then when I got to my bedroom and I saw two people in my bedroom, you ain't even been in my bedroom for a year. What the heck? I said, get out, get out. Well, I went 20 quick.
See?
I threw more F-bombs than you can shake a stick at. Get out my daggone bedroom. Why are you in here?
Exactly.
Nothing in this room belongs to you. Boy, honey.
You shouldn't even be in, like I said, you should be in the house getting your stuff, but whoever you got, don't bring them up in there.
Yeah.
Don't bring them. Let them stay out there, outside. I don't care if it's raining. Just outside. So yeah, I'm with you on that. I am with you, but yeah, if you got to do all that, just leave me the hell alone at the end of the day. And I would probably do the same if I got to. At this age, sneak around, do stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go on about our way, because this ain't working.
We would like to think that our man is at the point where they're so in love with us and we're so in love with them that it's nothing that can come between that union.
Right.
Like you're not thinking about trying to step out or somebody coming in or somebody's trying to make a play for you. It's not even crossing your mind because I know what I have at home.
Right.
I mean, like what point in your life do you get to that point? Because I believe at one time, and I don't know if I believe that now, but and I'm on the fence with it kinda,
Okay.
that every man at some point is gonna cheat. Is that a true statement?
It all depends on what stage that man is in his life. Because at one particular point in time, I would say, yeah, that's a true statement. But having evolved
Mm-hmm.
as a man, then your life should be about trying to you know make sure your family is comfortable. What you're gonna do when you get a chance to retire. What can you do to continue,
Mm-hmm.
fellas? Hear me. Continue to make her life good.
Right.
You know, and so if you doing those things, you got time to be. Because I'll tell you now. With that old song, trying to love too ain't easy to do.
Right. 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 Right.
Yeah. So, yep. And it's just nowadays, man. People are crazy. These chicks will pull up at your house and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
been through
Mm-hmm.
that. I ain't doing that no more.
You do that
I
one.
ain't doing that no more. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That kind of. Then,
And a lot of times at our age, it's like, do we want to start over again? We got to start back over again with the whole dating stage that either can go well or not go well.
true.
And that's why, people look at me sideways and all up in my DM when I say you need to have more than one potential boo.
Oh, that was the thing I saw on IG that I sent you, where the guy was telling the women, say, go out
And
and
date
date
as
about.
many. Did he not? I know
Yeah,
exactly what you're talking about.
yep,
Yes.
he did. He said, because you don't know, what you are tying yourself into. That you
Yeah.
could be this one person, and it could be, axe murder. He just it kind of
Right.
being funny, but he was saying you don't know what you're getting. So if you put all your marbles in that one basket,
Mm-hmm.
then you can end up with a psychopath or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he said the key is, if you're dating multiple persons, then you make those people basically step up to the plate,
Yeah.
because it becomes the cream rises to the crop. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, to the top type
Mm-hmm.
of thing. So you
Mm-hmm.
know, I can see some validity in that, but I think once uh, that person starts to show themselves and start to
You just
show
weed them
their
out.
worth, yeah,
You just weed them out. You
right,
weed them out.
yeah,
That's what you do. You weed
yeah.
them out.
And so that part, and again, because we always think that uh, because somebody's seeing somebody, dating and having sex with somebody is two different things.
Exactly.
You
And
know.
that's what I've been trying to say about these potential boobies. I've been
Mhm.
trying to say it. I got all these little negative folks all up in my DM. Stay on my daggone DM. Because all I know is I should be able to have as many potential boobs as I want to have. And that's basically what this brother was saying. This is coming from a dude.
Yeah. Now, here's the question: are you transparent with those and say, okay, I want you to
You
know,
are potential.
that I'm dating somebody else,
And
and
I don't even know, do you really, when you're out seeing these potential boobs, is it really dating? Do we want to really use that word?
that's
Because you really can't date all these guys. You don't even have enough time
right.
because you're weeding them out. Every flower box, every flower, whatever it is, when people are growing their flowers and planting their flowers, is going to have some weeds. And you're going to have to start pulling your weeds out as you go. You're going to have to. And it's not going to take long to decide Jack is not going to work.
Right.
Bye.
And I think you're right. We use words too cavalier, like dating and things like that. When dating means now you're really starting to get to know somebody,
Mm-hmm.
that's when you're at the dating stage. Now you're just going out.
Yeah, you at your potential boost stage. You ain't
Yeah,
doing no damn down no whole lot dating.
yeah. You're right.
But I remember we had a panel on here that totally disagreed with me.
You,
As you would say, I'm 10 toes down. They were about 20 toes down. I don't know, it's probably about 30, 40 toes up in this camp that day.
yeah.
But everybody disagreed with me on that.
I was one of those, and when I started thinking about again, uh, moving all the negativity out of the
Mm-hmm.
way and seeing it for what it really is, then you do have to, like even with guys now, how do you know what you like until you have experienced, and again, not sleeping with, but the
Yeah, not see?
personalities of
Right,
different women,
right, right.
you know.
Just like you playing checkers. You trying to get to the point where I'm like, crayon me. How many moves did you have to make to get to that? So that's all I've been trying to say. So when I heard that from this brother, I was like, this is my confirmation right here. Everybody want to talk about me and these potential boos.
Right. But again, I think what we as men, we have to get out of our minds that it's not always that the woman's going to be out sleeping with, because if you think that, then you should be with her anyway. If
Mm-hmm.
you think that she's just out here giving it up like 7-Eleven open 24/7 or something, that should go to tell you that's not the person you need to be with anyway.
Right.
But now you're gonna be all up in your feelings and singing the Lenny Williams song and going by the house and all that kind of stuff. Life too short.
Yeah. You know, I have a couple friends that's dating married men, but they're going through divorces. And these men are telling these women, you belong to me. No, they don't. I mean, I know they're going through a divorce,
Right.
and some are very nasty divorces, and the wife don't know about the other woman, because I think she may have somebody as well, but that's here or there. But how can you say you mad? Because they're telling these women that when this is all said and done, I'm going to marry you. Give a rat's ass. I'm looking at this. I'll give a rat's ass that's what you're saying out your mouth. But at this point, no, don't nobody belong to you. How you feel about that?
I'm probably gonna get cussed out by every man, but a lot of times, and if we being having an honest conversation, that's what we need to start having. We got too many fluff conversations now. But if we're being real, that is a ploy to control. That we don't, we're telling you, yeah, I'm yours, you mine, and it's basically to put you in a mindset of where you feel secure
Mm-hmm.
and that
Mm-hmm.
you know there's nothing else going on, and a lot of times it's just false hope. It's just
It could
false
be.
hope.
Now I know some that has divorced and did marry the
True.
woman that they were dating.
Right.
He did say he was gonna do. He was just hard time getting out. When we know how easy it is to get married, and we know how hard it is coming out.
Right.
We both have been through it. But I know some that has, but I know some that, you're doing a little bit too much.
I'm not gonna say I know a person. And there's nobody in this state, so let me just clarify that right now. That
All mine in the state.
in a situation like that, and the dude, to me, was kind of like a hit it quit it dude, because that
Mm-hmm.
was that means that he went with her long enough where he could tap it a couple of times, and then he had no, he wasn't leaving his wife, you
Oh,
know, at all.
oh, so he just laughed.
Basically, yeah, he you know he tested the field, found out whether it was good or not, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, had his little moment, and now he's going on by his business, and this person unfortunately can't detach themselves because feelings. But and let me say this: um, and I'm being real here. You have to be careful if you in a mixed relationship, but you can't get your feelings in. Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of times, especially if you don't see any movement toward that coming out of that situation, you probably gonna end up still in the same situation years down the
Mm-hmm.
road.
Mm-hmm.
You so
Mm-hmm.
you gotta look and see, what's being brought to the table, what's the timeline that we're looking at. Is this truly gonna be something that you can break away from?
Right.
You're right. Some people have broke away, and they did what they needed to do, and some have used the kids and waited till the
Yeah. Yeah.
kids
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
grown and all that, and now y'all 10 years in, and the kids now out of high school, but they get ready to go to college. No,
Mm.
I can't leave yet because Junior's still in college.
Right.
Now you got 4 more years.
Well,
So,
the three that I know, all three men have so much to lose.
hmm
And I think the hesitation is all three of the women want so much money
right,
and want house and want so much stuff. And they feel like they've taken their hard earned money and just have made this comfortable life. This was my money. When he said their money together, he was like, this is my money that did all of this. Now you want everything that I work for, that I put you in. So my question to you as a man, should you just take the L if you're so in love with this other woman? Should you just take the L, give her the house, give her what she wants? I ain't said clean your bank account out,
right.
and then we ain't gonna want you. At that point. But I'm just saying that these three women are actually sitting back, waiting, seeing what's going to happen, because they believe, and these are three women, they believe that, one day they're going to be where they want to be because they're like really in love with these men. But these men just have so much to lose, and like, I'm just not ready to give this up. That's what I feel. They're just not ready to give it up.
And it's hard, because like I said, you're in 30 years into something, or even just say 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
and you invested not only finances,
Especially
but
you, the breadwinner.
yeah.
Yeah.
So uh, it's so easy to, as we say, play Monday morning quarterback when you're not into somebody's situation. I could say, yeah, I love everything, but it may not be everybody's situation.
Right.
And I think you have to look at it on its own
But
merits.
see, you left everything. Did you have to start like over? Like, oh my God, I had to start over.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I sure did.
Yeah.
So
But two of the women out of the three ain't got a pot to pee and then wouldn't throw it out of. So their hands are really out.
right,
And rightfully, they do deserve something
right. I think
at some point
yeah.
of the marriage.
To dissolve the marriage, yeah, it's not going to be what they call an equitable thing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a loss taken somewhere, and you just have to determine, what you can stomach as a loss.
Yeah. Because what is time doing?
Time keeps on moving on.
That's what I'm saying. You're waiting time. What you're waiting for time for what reason? Because you either going to divorce or you're not going to divorce. Either you're going to take the loss. You already know what she's telling you she wants. If you're going to roll up out of here. I mean, so why another year? Why another year? Why another year? What's the time about when it
Sometimes
comes to a man's mind? What are they thinking?
it's just somewhat procrastination, and then just the fear, like I said, some of us are winners. We don't like to lose,
Mm-hmm.
and so if we give something up, it's like we lost. We give it in, and that's a hard thing. Egos come into play a lot of time. Like, man, you don't get her this.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't know why she want to play me like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Actually, she's trying to punish me, and so that's what a lot of times guys are thinking. No, she just want to punish me.
Mm.
So either way,
Okay.
by not being able to move on, you're being punished, and if you move on, you're being punished. So it all depends on if you want to do 10 years or if you just want to do a year.
And this is the thing. If I was one of those women in that house with this man, or not in the house and they live in separate, whatever the case may be, because one is in, one's out the house. It's just different situations for all three. But if you don't want me no more, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how much pushback I'm gonna give you, but I'm gonna have to probably sit down. Like, look, I need to move on with my life. You need to move on with your life. So, like you said, it has to be punishment because at this point, ain't none of these women budging. So they staying in this miserably. Are they really miserable? I mean,
Some,
you know what I'm saying?
like what's that thing? Misery loves company. So if she is miserable, then of course she gonna make your life miserable. The fact that no, and then it could be, oh, you think you can go out here and start your life over again? No, partner, you gonna sit right here in this house, be
But
miserable.
as that woman, what do you think? You know what I'm saying? You're sitting here like got to endure all of this. So where is your peace at? So if obviously you don't want it because you like, I'm gonna get what I want to get, or this is just how this is gonna be.
Pretty much. I mean, you're a woman, and you're not like the typical woman
I can't do that though.
out there, but there's just some women just saying, hey, I'm a they looking to win as
Yeah.
well.
So I'm not gonna keep going back and forth, back and forth. It's got to be at some point, like, you know something, you move on, I move on. You because how many times you know how your mama and your grandma and everybody told you don't let no man tell you twice they don't want you. You know what I'm saying? When they say it twice, they don't want you. They really probably don't want you.
That's it.
So
And we'll talk about this next Tuesday because I heard this question is, and this is for the women, and you all can think about that. Are you more attracted to an intelligent man or a man with money? Don't y'all answer that tonight.
hmm.
Are you more attracted to an intelligent man or a man with money? So,
Okay, I'm not gonna answer.
uh
But are you saying that man has no brains? What are you trying to say? How can he get the money?
well, it's a thing of intellectually. You can be intellectually attracted to somebody
Mm,
versus somebody that they got the money, but they don't stimulate your mind whatsoever.
mm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
it's just that you have you together. You don't have any type of um, conversations that have
The
any.
chemistry is
Yeah,
not there.
right.
Oh, that's gonna be real easy for me.
Okay.
But I don't know about anybody else. But
All right. Next week, y'all, we're gonna talk about attractions. You
mm,
attracted to the intellectual type or the financial type? I know some of y'all gonna say both, but y'all can't take that easy route. If you were given a choice, it had to be one or the other. You didn't have. There's no in between. So think on that. Let that marinate, and we'll come back next
so the
Tuesday.
man with the money do have a little swag.
I can't tell you that. I know what your answer's gonna be, but it didn't say he had any of that.
No swag whatsoever.
He just
You
he
know
just
my
got
answer is this.
he just got some change.
Okay.
Y'all be good. We appreciate you being here with us tonight. Big Will and everybody, thank you all for always supporting us and checking in with us. And again, parents, let's start being parents again. Let's start being parents.
Yeah. Stop trying to hang out with your kids.
Hello, absolutely.
Put their asses in jail.
Said this one that slid the plate
Oh
across the
my God. Who gonna
floor.
be in my DM? Who is gonna be in my DM tonight? Because I said that.
Everybody, everybody. Any last words?
No, no. Go out, ladies. If you're single, date as many potential boos as you like. That's my last words.
And
Ah,
as harsh as that may sound, there's a little validity in that. That's
oh
that's how
my
I'm gonna
God.
close that out tonight. There is some rationale
And
behind
anybody who
that.
just came on and I made that comment probably don't have a clue. Like, what's she talking about?
Yeah, well, y'all have to go back and look at the entire show. So, uh, again, whatever comes from the heart reaches hard. Let somebody know how much you care about them before it's everlasting too late. And if you all missed it, I had a praise report out there on my Facebook page. So
Yay.
go out there and look at the praise report. And thank you for all your support and prayers. All right, we out of here.
All right, we see y'all next week on Let's Talk Tuesday. Let's talk about it, y'all. Let's talk about it.
The first thing that you need to do is to make sure you get yourself to as safe place as you can. Find yourself a competent attorney who practices in personal injury and will understand some of the things that you're going through. And as I tell people, for 33 years I've been doing this. I've had my own accident. So I would like to be one of those individuals that they would interview so I could at least try to find out how I can best help them myself.